My name is Tony Osoloff, and I'm the Executive Managing Member of Davidson Kempner Capital Management. I am here tonight on behalf of over 440 colleagues at Davidson Kempner, many of whom are in the audience tonight, to honor our colleague and my fellow partner, Susie Gibbons. I'm going to first start, though, by congratulating Alan Kornberg, who is sharing the honor with Susie this evening. Alan is among the first bankruptcy attorneys I met in the business back in 1998 and has always been a mensch and a pleasure to work with. I applaud her justice for selecting two excellent honorees in Susie and Alan. I've had the benefit of knowing Susie for nearly 16 years when she joined Davidson Kempner as an intern while in business school. When I was asked to give these opening remarks, I was thrilled, since Susie embodies so many of the qualities that her justice aims to promote and support. Her justice's mission is to support women living in poverty across New York City by providing pro bono legal aid and support. The organization's mission is focused on support and empowerment for women and their families to ensure that they have access to the resources, legal and otherwise, that they most need. It is a mission anchored in selflessness and kindness, trying to help women most in need. These are two qualities that Susie embodies. Susie is, and has always been, a tireless advocate for women and men at Davidson Kempner. She has been a coach, mentor, and role model to many others in our firm. More specifically, she is a founding member of the firm's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council, as well as a founding member of Women at DK, focused on advancing the experience of women at Davidson Kempner. If these two roles did not keep her busy enough, she also helped to start and now chairs our Global People Strategies Group, responsible for helping to shape the broader employee experience, mentorship opportunities, learning and development curriculum at DK. This is all in the vein of empowering our DK colleagues with the tools and resources they need to be successful both inside and outside of Davidson Kempner. I've purposely chosen to prioritize these references first, but as many people here in the room know, Susie is a thoughtful, creative, and driven star investor with many successes under her belt, including the restructuring of Lehman Brothers in Puerto Rico, and more recently recapitalizing both J. Crew and Neiman Marcus during their respective bankruptcy processes. Some of Susie's drive was clearly formed during her competitive sports career. She was a star lacrosse player and first-team All-American at Dartmouth, though not without having to fight for those achievements through hard work, commitment, and perseverance, characteristics that have served her well at Davidson Kempner. As I hand over the microphone, I'd like to offer a final congratulations to Susie for her selfless advocacy and support of her justice and the women they serve. It is a tremendous achievement. For someone who does so much for other people, tonight we celebrate you, Susie. On behalf of all of your colleagues at Davidson Kempner, congratulations as one of this year's honorees.
Thank you, Tony, for the very kind introduction and for giving me the opportunity for this amazing career by hiring me 16 years ago. I've been so fortunate to have discovered this career path and have gotten to know so many of you here tonight through the various twists and turns of restructurings. I joined DK as a summer intern when I was in business school and quickly realized that I absolutely love being an investor. From the research process to the dynamics of markets and the adrenaline of getting to a deal, I find this job so interesting and stimulative. I played many sports growing up, and I have always loved the camaraderie of being on a team. I find much of the same teamwork on a daily basis through my job, whether working with analysts to form a view on an investment or building consensus on an ad hoc group. Being able to work with others and harness diverse strengths and perspectives is critical. It is one of the more fulfilling aspects of what I do. I am particularly grateful to have so many highly talented colleagues at DK from whom I have learned so much, many of whom are here tonight. Tony sets a formidable example for all of us on how to leverage our time and be impactful. From his uncanny, quasi-encyclopedic ability to retain pretty much every detail on countless investments, and also on sports and history facts, to the time he dedicates to charitable causes, he demonstrates how to be well-rounded and effective. It has been an absolute pleasure working with Alan Kornberg, the outstanding Her Justice staff, and all the members of the Honorary Committee to make tonight a success. I am humbled to join the impressive list of past honorees and to be honored alongside Alan, who has had such an outstanding career as a restructuring professional. When Tom Kempner, one of the founding partners of Davidson Kempner, who's now retired, learned that I was being joined along Alan tonight, he wrote to me, "I have known Alan for a long time. He is a good guy and a great lawyer." I can't think of much more praise than that. Devin Proven, the Director of Development and Communications, and Kathy Curry, the Director of Institutional Relations, make a great team and were always so organized and upbeat throughout this fundraising process. They really motivated all of us on the committee and kept us on track. Thank you both. Thank you. And a very big thank you to my colleagues, Gabe Schwartz and Lauren Bilzen, who as co-chairs were enormously helpful in making tonight's event a success. I have worked with Gabe for 13 years now. We have always made a great team, challenging one another and typically getting to a better decision by constantly communicating and sharing perspectives. Lauren joined DK just 4 years ago, but at this point it feels like a lifetime. She has been such a reliable partner and thought leader in numerous restructurings, and I don't know what I would have done in 2020 without her. So many new firms came in to support tonight's event, including many of my peers on the buy side and counterparts on the sell side, allowing us to exceed our ambitious goal of $3 million and to set our sights even higher. Thank you all so much. It means a lot to have so many firms and individuals in our industry demonstrate their generosity by stepping up to support this important organization. The mission of Her Justice, as we can all clearly see and feel tonight, is very powerful. Of the 5,800 clients served in 2021, 100% are women living in poverty in New York City. 90% are women of color, and 80% have suffered intimate partner violence. It is so critically important for these women to have access to help. Otherwise, they would remain stuck in a terrible situation. The significant amount of funds raised for tonight's event will have a meaningful impact on the lives of these women and their children. The statistic that stands out to me is that for each dollar raised, Her Justice is able to provide $8 of legal services because they are able to train and leverage the incredible pro bono staff provided by many of the law firms that are here tonight. The evolution of this pro bono model since the founding of the organization in 1993 is so impressive. From the externship programs to the case volunteers, it is truly remarkable what the New York law firms have contributed and how much they have accomplished by providing these pro bono services. Thank you all so much for the critical and financial support that you have provided to Her Justice. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge my family. I want to thank my parents for demonstrating the values of hard work, resilience, kindness, and character to me and my siblings. I would also like to thank my husband, Will, who is here tonight and who I can always count on for sound advice, support, and love. Thank you. His patience and humor with me and our 3 children are exactly what we need. My 3 kids, Piper, Finley, and Rhett, ages 9, 7, and 5, make my life so full and provide perspective after a tough day of work. Raising them has been an absolute joy. And tying it back to this industry, I hope that when they observe me on tough calls, as they often do, and certainly did in 2020, dealing with challenging situations, but ultimately working through them with colleagues, advisors, and counterparts, they see that the hard stuff is the good stuff, and that nothing worthwhile comes easy. I think a lot of us have learned that from our careers, and it is certainly something that the mission of Her Justice embraces. The work of Her Justice is difficult. Navigating the family court system in particular is very frustrating, but it makes the legal aid that Her Justice provides that much more critically important, and it truly changes lives. Thank you to Her Justice for this honor, and thank you all for your tremendous support.